So what would happen if not enough people support the movement and nothing changes?
It will have a complete devastating effect on urban daycares. The care for animals, for our dogs in the cities are going to be incredibly expensive. People will have to start getting rid of their dogs. We're already seeing this trend happening.
Hi, I'm Jenny and I'm here with...
I'm Edita and I'm owner of Hairy Hounds in Hackney. We are quite a unique training daycare, and I'm founder of a doggy daycare lobbying group.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about the campaign that you've been running?
We started doggy daycare lobbying group mainly to support daycares, urban daycares.
And what are the problems with the Licensing Act right now?
The current licensing is not recognizing that there are different models of daycares that operate differently. So we have a rural model and we have an urban model, and they operate differently.
Sorry, how is that affecting the urban model?
There is a space requirements that daycares require 6 square meters to operate. Now, rural daycares have a big, open, huge fields, and the space is being calculated from their exercising areas. In a rural daycares, urban daycares that effectively exercising their dogs in a local park, the measurement is taken from their internal space. And then we have huge problems because the rural daycares have basically the urban daycares are being discriminated based on the internal space that they have or don't have. I mean, it's very difficult for urban daycare to operate viably.
If they are licensed, how does that affect their star rating and what does that mean?
If they are licensed, well, the first problem is most of the daycares wouldn't be even able to viably operate because their space, their internal spaces are very small. So it doesn't get past the star rating because they won't be able to operate. They will be able to have 5 dogs maybe.
And those that are rated, what does the star rating mean for them? What does each star mean?
The current star rating is based more on the numbers. So, for example, ratio of people for dogs it doesn't really focuses enough on the other aspects that are important for daycares and important for animal welfare, for dog welfare. For example, exercise, the quality of the exercise, the quality of the staff, and the training of the staff, the type of interaction and equipment and stimulation the dogs do receive throughout the day, the quality of the transport, for example, the length of the transport, that is not correctly reflected in the star rating as it stands. So the focus is more on numbers rather than on the quality of the care.
So what progress have you guys made with the campaign so far?
We have been really lucky. We had the support of our MP, local MP, Meg Hiller, who triggered a debate in Parliament. And as a result, we've been visited by DEFRA. So DEFRA is aware that there is an issue.
Just for everyone who doesn't know who DEFRA is, who are they and what do they do?
DEFRA is the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. So basically it is the legislation body, so who came out with this.
And are there any problems and struggles that you faced with your campaign?
I think raising awareness is number one. I think not many people know that the consultation is that happened. Loads of daycares are working independently, so not joining forces, I think.
Do you think the licensing plays into that? So whether they're licensed or not means they might be scared to speak?
Yes, I think so. I think the kind of the 6 square meter requirement is particularly problematic and is very unpopular. So there's loads of lobbying groups and loads of people lobbying against it. I think there is not enough awareness that there is a lack of consistency with the current system, and that also needs to be adjusted.
Is there a deadline that you want all of this to be done by and you need the support by?
We are working with our support of our MP. We are working on creating a slightly better, improved rating system that rates daycares individually on each important element. Now, we are proposing it, working on it as we speak, and we are hoping to complete it, or at least the first draft, and propose it to DEFRA in a early new year, so January, February.
Yeah.
And we'd like to do that with as much support of other groups, lobbying groups, and other daycares as possible, because if we're campaigning with a larger number backing this particular improved system, that's going to be much fairer, and is going to be focusing a lot more on the quality of the care. Then we have a more chances that DEFRA will take us serious.
Yeah. So what would happen if not enough people support the movement and nothing changes?
It will have a complete devastating effect on urban daycares. Urban daycares cannot stay viable if they're going to be restricted by the square meterage of where the dogs are effectively resting rather than where they're exercising. But it has incredible knock-on effect on other aspects of dog welfare. So if we don't have enough rural daycares, good quality rural daycares, urban daycares, the dog's going to be shipped to rural daycares. They themselves are not necessarily obliged to improve the quality of the care. Urban daycares will be only able to operate if they raise their prices, for example, because they are limited in the amount of animals they can care for, which means that the care for animals, for our dogs in the cities, are going to be incredibly expensive. People will have to start getting rid of their dogs. We're already seeing this trend happening. For dogs to be traveling and traveling for long periods of time and socialize in unfamiliar parks, it will have a large unfamiliar parks, it will have a knock-on effect on their behavior. So we will start seeing, as a result, and we're already seeing that increase in, for example, reactive behaviors and problematic behaviors in our parks, which will have a knock-on effect on the safety of our parks, basically.
So it really needs to change now.
It does.
So who do you need support from in order to make a difference?
Right now, actually, we need support of other dog-related businesses, either independent license or not. It really doesn't make a difference. The more people backing this particular campaign, this particular change, that is going to have a incredibly positive effect on dog welfare, the better. If we have other organizations, if other smaller, maybe lobbying organization back this, that would be also very helpful. So we need as many people as possible. We are also looking for anyone who can support us with facts, with the research of facts. We want to make our campaign really watertight. So when we're stating that we think dogs should socialize in family group, we want to have this backup scientifically. So anybody who has access to research, who can help us to back some of the statements that we're making or some of the changes that we want to make, then that would be really helpful.
So this could be from vets to pet business owners.
Vets, behaviorists who are actually working more in a research environment. Yes. So anyone who has access to data and figures, because we have experience and we know what's good for our dogs, but we want DEFRA to take it seriously, and they will if there's a numbers quoting that dogs, for example, should socialize in. The ideal number of dogs that should socialize would be, for example, 30 or 35.
So what would they have to do in order to support the campaign?
That's really simple. Get in touch with us through either Instagram, or you can email us on our email, which I'm sure you're going to share.
Yes, of course I will.
Doggy Daycare Lobby Group at Gmail.
Thank you so much, Edita. It's really been a pleasure, and that was so insightful. Everyone in the industry, it's up to you now.
Thank you very much.
Please make sure you go and speak to Edita. She really needs your support.